All right, and here we are with In the Courts of the Lords of the Expanse, Part 6. So let's do a recap. What was, I don't know, what we want to call these, like POV recaps. Who wants to go first?
Uh, well, to start with, I showed up late to the club and decided to join a game of Sabic to try to press the uh, nervous-looking guy for information. Turns out he was the head of the mining league. The guys that ambushed us, and I'm sorry, the detail escapes me. Who put him up to ambushing us again?
They
I
just
don't,
jumped us when we were walking out.
yep. I don't think you
Mhm.
figured that out yet.
Oh yeah,
That's where the title of the last session came from. Live at the Ambush Hall. I believe
oh
you,
yeah.
you
That was
called it.
the other thing. We were walking him outside, and then suddenly all the ambush rooms opened up, and we got attacked. And luckily, I had stun grenades, so that wasn't a problem.
Yeah, that was like a one shot.
Oh, but the stun grenade also knocked out Rem, so that's why he's not here tonight.
It actually did. Right? Look at him at health 2 here. He's incapacitated. Cool. Have anything else, or does someone else want to jump on?
I can talk if we need to. So after turning down a bottle of dusty wine at the bar, I, you know, observed that the whole reason we were here was walking out the front door after just completely skimming all the extra funds that Rem had off the top of his pocketbook. Um, then Jimmy's over there dealing with the new toy that I found in one room. And we go, you know, Zuda plays a couple hands, and surprisingly, though Rem says that he's fantastic at cards, Zuda just mopped the floor with him, and they're planning to head out the back door, and then this lot opens up the side at the bottom corner here, and
I've got a
this
mug
one
you can't read.
this one shouts something about like you killed my auntie. I replied with you're gonna need to be more specific, but they just started shooting. Things went a little wild. Zuda threw a grenade. Boom goes the dynamite. Now, I do want to know how much actual Mandalorian this guy's got on. That's what I was taking a look at. But meanwhile, this fancy lightsaber hilt on the one with the dead auntie caught my eye, and Jimmy and I had a brief conversation about it. I'm holding on to it for now. Might might not put a crystal in it. Seems like a high risk, low reward situation. So not quite sure what we'll do with it. But we convinced the guards or the droids that oh, they're our friends. We have this whole game where we jump out and try to kill each other, but we're not really trying to kill each other. That's why we use a stun grenade and promise nobody was going to get hurt. People rushing all over the place, terrified. But I think that we smoothed it over. They asked us to leave, but I mean that's normal for us going to a bar. They ask us to leave at some point, and yeah, that's about where we're at.
Jimmy does what he does best, fixing crap. Jawa Jimmy was like, this robot's really nice. Sparky was like, yeah, it is nice. Give it to me. Jimmy paused for a moment. He thought, it is nice. I think, yeah, yeah, that would be nice to have Sparky a new body. Keyword new body. Not gonna have two Sparkies. That's gonna be leading to death for both of us. So, what did Jawa Jimmy do? Well, he decided to see if he could transfer Sparky's AI into the new bot. So what he did, he spent most time fixing. Yeah, there may have been some gunfire that Jimmy clearly ignored while it was going on. He did eventually shout, "Everything okay?" Katira responded, "Yeah, we're done." Jimmy's like, "Good. I'm gonna go back to fixing this thing." And that was pretty much Jimmy's whole night.
Love it. All right, what's Rusty and Bota been up to?
Well, I've been, kind of keeping it low key, guys. I've been in the background. I signed up for some, kind of embarrassed, some child development courses. And I've been kind of reading about some parenting books. I'm currently in the middle of a book titled "Being a Better Dad," Galactic Third Edition. But yeah.
Love it. Are you gonna give Bota the rundown?
Yeah, I might need a synopsis on that one.
Oh, yeah, no offense.
Step 1: meet your children. I can't stress this enough. Please.
Actually, chapter 2 is just called "Being There," but not that hard.
I think arrived at Fondor to see a small firefight that didn't last very long, and have been spending most of my time just trying to find a place to park the ship. Seems like they don't want to let me into any service bays or skyhooks to dock to, so I've been orbiting, trying to get down to the planet. I think you guys all went ahead without me. Guess I should dispatch a shuttle down to the surface.
Cool. All right, so that sort of leaves the action as everyone's leaving this bar. You can tell Bota and Rusty where you want to meet up. I think you all have a couple of options. You did say you wanted to take 2 of these people with you, and then also the droid body. Did you want to go to the hotel suite that the guildmaster provided? Do you want to go back to the lodgings that the senator initially provided? Do you want to go somewhere else entirely? I would say that you probably have maybe 6 hours, 8 hours before this delegation is going to start this diplomatic summit. And everyone here is invited to go. So I think, depends on what you want to do with these remaining couple of hours. Do you want to, where do you want to go? Do you want to talk to these people? Do you want to take them there with you? Or do you just want to say, you know what, forget it. Let's go right to the gala or diplomatic summit.
So, from what we can tell, the senator's not on the level, and the head of the shipyards is definitely not on the level. Although Bota wasn't there, we would probably try to convey to you that it looks like the head of the shipyards is, I don't know, funneling assets, they're delaying their delivery of the notorious Starhawk to the New Republic, while simultaneously it seems like they are probably doing something for the Empire on the side. And we got a file of special projects, or we got some information about special projects, but haven't really had the chance to go look at it yet. And the guildmaster of the mining guild made a comment about, well, why do you think that the senator, do you really think that the senator didn't have any idea that we were going to attack this New Republic ship specifically when it showed up? And so it was kind of like maybe Maybe nobody's okay here. So maybe we should just get, like, it'd have been nice if we could have gone upstairs or downstairs or whatever it is at this bar here with the password. But suppose that we can find somewhere else now that we've been kicked out of this place.
Some other place to get kicked out of.
There's 8 hours in the day, guys. We got plenty of places to get kicked out of.
I believe there was this. There was the shipyard, and where was it that Bota Z was investigating, other than the meeting that we're planning on going to? I feel like there was a third place.
There was a third place.
Where's the gala itself?
Hold on, let me let's see here. Yeah, no. So I think so. You had Allard, Waltram, and I mean, it's nighttime here, so it'd be hard to do anything like go meet up with somebody unless it was somebody maybe not on normal hours. There was a third place, but I'm looking at my notes. I don't have it right here.
I don't recall there being another place to spend the night.
Oh, there's not a place to spend the night.
Yeah. I remember looking at talking to these two. I don't quite recall the third location. That's been quite the day. Quite the day. Turns out, Bota, it is beneficial to have political power. I got in trouble for blowing up a mining guild ship that shot at me, and then the senator shows up, and suddenly I'm not in trouble anymore. I mean, get me in your good graces, right? And then I find that maybe they're just another skis ball.
The senators are just basically looked past it and didn't do anything.
Well, the senator kind of said like, "Oh no, they're okay. They're, like there's some sort of a miscommunication. There's only a couple mining guild people that died in the long run. Shouldn't shoot at me if you don't want that to happen." And so I guess that they kind of were like wanted to brush it over because this whole delegation thing's happening, and we're potential representatives of the New Republic looking to observe their diplomatic processes and democratic. That's a thing, right? Democracy thing. So they didn't want to get us in trouble because it'd make them look bad. But we did decide that we were going to drop off Waltram
Yes, that is.
and just kind of leave him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna
Is
drop.
his droid like functional that they can tell us where to drop and take him to?
Yeah, he's got this. He's got this like security droid that just follows him around. Okay, so you're gonna drop off Waltram. Are you going to? Let's just say you can just get the biggest taxi. That let's see. I'm gonna roll 1d20.
But guys, I'm just saying, I know you're like, I don't dislike this guy. We can just drop him off somewhere, but maybe we should talk to him. Seems like he might be, as much as he is a drunk and a gambling addict, the only straight shooter that we've met so far, because everybody else seems to have ulterior motives that are not in support of anything that we want to do. And I'm using the royal we that is the New Republic, and as much as it pains me, associating myself with them in some sort of way. And so it might be best if we just, like bring him along. It might create some sort of a problem though if, somebody, police kick in the door and find us
Well,
with a
yes,
slightly
you
groggy head
recognize
of the
there would
mining
be a
guild
problem.
after I just killed a couple of them. But still, just saying.
Just saying, we should commit kidnapping. Just saying.
Maybe I'm not below it. But my
Look,
judgment may
I-
or may not be, questionable at times.
Hey, any other job, I'd be right there with you. But keep in mind, we are here as representatives of the New Republic, and
Oh.
self-defense. All the violence we've done so far has been justifiable self-defense. But once we start committing other crimes that are not as justifiable, that's not going to look good for the Republic. The people that we ostensibly are representing here.
Every time you say that we're representing the New Republic, Katira like visibly like squirms. Oh no.
And hey, I know you don't like the Republic. Hey, I don't like the Republic that much. But, the paycheck's been really steady with them so far. And I don't want to ruin that relationship. So let's just try to keep it on the straight and narrow for now, huh?
Look, you knocked him out. You can choose what to do with him. I
Them's
am
the
taking these
rules.
two. I do want to take these two though. And she gestures to the Night Sister and the guy in Mandalorian armor.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they're probably recorded even being here, right? I'm guessing
Excellent.
customs
Even
don't even know
better.
that they're here.
Yeah, they don't exist.
They
I
don't
agree.
exist. They're persons non grata, outlaws.
Outside of the law. I like this.
Okay, so you're only going to kidnap 2 of the ambushers, and you're going to drop off Waltram Bellix at his house, or
Yeah, but
where his quarters.
leave him a note. You know, hey, we did you a solid to. Hey, hey, you know what? You lost your bet. You didn't actually die that night, so I think you owe us an explanation about the assault from when we jumped into the system this morning.
Now, I do have one question for you, Zuda. As I write a note that says, "Thanks for the great night, big guy." Now we're returning him to his house. If by chance he had a scuffle, was involved tangentially to a scuffle at a bar, and he wakes up with, less credits than he remembers passing out with, is that a problem?
No, I mean,
I will reach into his
as long
pocket
as there's
as I put
no
in.
witnesses, of course. I the droid.
Excellent. I would like to steal Waltram Bellix's money.
Outside of
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
presence
Outside.
of the droid.
I figure
Thank
in
you.
we're in the taxi cab at this point.
Okay, so you're okay. Let's. I'm gonna move people over into the taxi cab area.
Including the money that Rem lost to him.
With 500 credits.
Yep. No longer Rem's.
And
Jawa Jimmy's going to take that droid with him as well, because Sparky will probably kill him if he doesn't.
okay, this is a insane group of people getting into a taxi.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a taxi and an Uber
Two taxis.
Yeah. My taxi will
An
follow
Uber
your
XL.
taxi. Okay, so you're going to. Okay, so in the back seat is a passed out Waltram Bellix. his droid is sitting next to him, and then so Waltram's squeezed in the middle, and Katira's on the other side. The droid really hasn't said anything, but it's got its eye on you, so you'll have to roll a pickpocket to be avoid detection of this from this droid.
All right. Fine.
And you're just gonna go for the cred stick.
I mean, if I feel something else in the process, then there's something else in the process. But if I don't feel something else, and if I feel something, I mean, depending where the pocket is.
Choose your words carefully.
Well, I mean, I suppose you could do exploratory pickpocket to see exactly what he has in all of his pockets without stealing anything. That's a check.
Really?
And then you'd
Yeah.
have to make a separate check to try to pick a particular item from that.
Just tell the droid, really wouldn't want for him to be like, is he being tracked by chance?
Are you asking the droid?
Oh, yeah. 35.
The droid says, "I'm tracking him." And you're talking to the droid while you're pickpocketing him? Just
Oh, I thought I'd talk to the droid after I tried to pickpocket
Okay.
him and then look like I'm like I'll like pat him down and say like, does he have a tracker on him? Did he talk to someone abnormal? Like, was he the one that they were jumping there? What's going on here?
Okay. So
Making
yeah,
small talk.
you're able to successfully. Okay, so there's when you go in to reach for his credit stick, he also just has like a huge pile of credits in his pocket, just tons of them. So you can easily grab his credit stick. Do you want to try to grab a couple of credits, like handfuls of credits as well? Because he's got. This is like remember when you would try to pickpocket those
Like
Abyssians,
the
and they would just
Wibs?
have they just have oatmeal in their pockets. This is like imagine if it was just all credits.
I can't not do it.
All right, no
Yeah,
problem.
I can't.
You
I
grab
can't
some
not.
credits out as well. So the droid just responds that he's the one tracking him.
Well, that's good. You can make sure that he's safe. And is there anything that we can help with in that process? He seems like a stand-up. Stand-up's not the right word, but he seems like a genuine fella. Like he just is a gambler. He just is, he enjoys the drinking and all that. Like he's a straight shooter in that aspect. So I want to make sure that he's okay because I like people that at least that's who they are.
The droid says,
I think.
"Yes, he is a real person, and he is who he is." Okay, and so the speeder goes up to sort of like a high-rise townhouse, and the droid sort of helps him up, and he's sort of still kind of passed out, stumbling, and the droid's going to help guide him inside his townhouse. Okay, and he also has that. Which letter did you leave? You owe us one, or have a good night, big boy, or both of those letters.
I think I was leaving him the hey, you owe us an explanation because we saved your life. You lost the bet. You stayed alive.
Okay, and then Katira wrote "Have a good night, big boy" or something like that.
Yes,
Thanks.
leave the note in with his credits.
Thanks for the good night, or thanks for the great night, big guy.
Okay. All right. So where are you going to tell Bota and Rusty to meet up with you?
Are we? Because the actual like official meeting thing is in the morning, right? Did we want to just go back to the hotel, or was there somewhere else we wanted to go?
Well, so we've got either the rooms that the senator provided, or the rooms that the head of the shipyard provided.
Hmm. I don't know if
The
I
What are the
trust
nice
the
heads
guy.
you invited sound nicer. They both sound like bad people.
I mean, you could stay the night wherever you want. They just gave you those, so
Yeah, what do you think the odds are that we're going to get ambushed when we stay at either of these locations?
I'd say, yeah, I don't know about that. I Part of me feels like low because they don't want it to seem like they're the reason we're getting ambushed. Um, and part of me feels like maybe we just find a like pay by the hour, motel.
Are you suggesting that we stay at a love hotel?
I just think that there's going to be less, although maybe, we're representing the new republic with big air quotation marks. So maybe we shouldn't stay at pay by the hour, but I do think that we're less likely to be watched by somebody there. I don't know. Look, I'll go wherever you want. I'm gonna fiddle around with this, and she just pulls out the lightsaber hilt.
Of the two, my vote would be for the one provided by the senator, not the one provided by the shipyard. What do you think, Bota? All right, so we call Bota. Like, hey, Bota, where are we going? Oh, is he out right now?
she's here. Bota?
I am driving, so if you hear background noise, I
Oh,
apologize.
sorry.
Where do
Still
you
trying to land this ship, man.
literally? But
So,
that's also an option.
ship-
You don't have to stay
Shipyard
on
seems
planet.
a little bit. If we're already feeling that guy's shifty, I don't know if we're gonna trust him. But it would be interesting to have Jawa Jimmy rig up some kind of camera system in both of them to see if anybody does visit those hotel rooms overnight. If we don't end up staying there.
Well, I mean,
Oh, Rusty brought the kids. Which one's bigger? Because they're gonna need somewhere to sleep.
Which one can defend himself the best?
certainly Sparky could keep it up high out for us while we're sleeping. I'd assume.
I'm sorry. Wait, he brought the kids with him? Wait, really?
That's why he's been reading the books, right? Right, Rusty?
Kind of forcing the situation, but I'm trying.
I don't know how many galactic laws we're breaking by taking kids off planets that are technically not ours.
Uncle Rusty, I'm
Technically.
hungry. I'm so hungry. We haven't eaten all day.
Rusty immediately disappears as he thinks about the potential crimes he's just committed.
Oh yeah, I just locked up.
tell you,
Wait, I
There were
kidnapped these
peanuts at
kids.
the bar. You should
After
be eating
that
peanuts
whole-
at the bar.
After that whole spiel about representing the Republic, here we are already committing, trafficking minors.
We're not trafficking them. They're good kids. Isn't that right? You're all good kids.
Well, it's up to you. You can stay anywhere. You don't have to stay in these two locations, but they are both offered to you. I mean, you don't even have to stay on planet. You can do it. Go wherever you
Yeah,
like.
I mean, we could stay in
We
the
stay in
ship.
Bota's ship. Bota's got a
but-
really big ship. It's huge and it's full of bugs.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like the safest option. Is just to shuttle ourselves up to the capital ship we had in orbit. Oh wait, or did you land it?
They're not gonna let me land this thing anywhere, especially because it's not from Fondor. they'd be offended.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be the safest place. It would take them the longest to blow it up, is what I'm saying.
You brought a battleship to a diplomatic meeting, great.
Yeah, that would be my vote, is to stay up there rather than anywhere else that's offered.
I still like the idea of rigging up something though to see if anybody really did try to set us up.
I mean, we could. Oh, go to the locations, set up some cameras, and then leave.
Yeah, exactly. Just like make it look like we're checking in for the night, but then go out the back door, set up some cameras, something, or leave some like remote droids there to kind of watch and see what goes on.
Cool. I'll say, let's say you've got 8 hours before this diplomatic summit. So you could do something where you go to both these locations, try to sneak in, set up spy things, and then shuttle up to the Dauntless. But that will probably only give you enough time to sort of clean up and then shuttle back down. Or if you wanted to, I don't know, try to interrogate these people or try to get some sleep for the diplomatic summit. Given the time constraint, you probably only have time for one or the other.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get some sleep. Kids, you're welcome to come with Auntie Katira. I want to show you what comes from learning how to be dexterous with your hands, because you'll enjoy it.
Whoa,
And by that,
wait.
to be clear, apparently above table, what I mean is Katira just robbed a man blind, and she wants to show the kids, look, you can be rich too. Come work for me, because she wants to be the devil on their shoulder to Rusty's angel.
Yes, I mean, then you could say it like, this would be it'll be lucrative, or this
Nope. Too late.
it'll be
That's done.
useful, but you'll enjoy it.
The thrill is not in the credits. The thrill is in the obtaining of the credits.
Jawa Jimmy looks over and then steps back and finishes working on the other droid.
Yeah, okay, so kids, anytime you hear Katira, say something like that, and you get that kind of strange, I don't know if this is safe kind of feeling, that's just called darkness, okay? Darkness. Remember that, okay?
You know what? I want you to remember, kids. I want you to remember that Uncle Rusty doesn't even know your names.
Hold up. Wait. Okay, the big one, oh God, come on, man. You got this. It's like, Bantha,
Uncle Rusty, we were just on a ship for like 5 days.
This one's Kodo, right? Maybe
That
it's
one's
Mar.
Odo. How do you
Okay.
not know this by now? Shut up. He took us here by himself. Mom and Dad never took us anywhere.
Did you just call you Cujo like the dog? Sorry. Jimmy goes back to repairing the robot.
I swear, I'm gonna just sew patches on you guys' outfits. It'll be cool. Okay, you gotta get little patches. Come on, I'm just like cool Uncle Rusty, right?
Cool Uncle Rusty.
We all have name patches, You wear one that says, I'm lost. Call Uncle Rusty. All right, well, I recommend you guys put some spot stuff, put some cameras in the senator's spot. Because, there's always shady stuff happening in senators' lodging. Just saying.
The senator's lodging.
Might get lucky, make some extra bucks, sell the videos. Well, I must sound like Katira right now.
You want to get lucky and make some extra bucks? Come with me.
Are you going to try to persuade the kids to come with you? because we can roll for that.
Which children are drawn to the dark side?
I mean, let's not fight about this, all right? Like, we can split the kids up.
You can't split you can't split 5 into 2 even groups.
I didn't even know there were 5 of you. I thought there were 3.
Yeah, see, you can't trust Uncle Rusty. But Auntie Katira, she's got your best interests at mind. And your best interests are for you. They're not to serve some highfalutin New Republic government. They're to make sure that you get home and sleep well and comfortable at the end of the day. And I'll toss him some credits.
Oh, the credits. Sweeten the deal. Rusty, you want to try to roll persuasion with these kids?
Oh, man, I don't even know if we can do that. Yeah.
I'll give you a bonus because you've been reading about how to parent.
Like the book's upside down.
Is there a chapter in here for someone trying to steal the kids away and make them into pickpockets? Like an Oliver Twist situation?
Okay, here we go. I'm writing it wrong. I am what we say rusty in real life. Okay.
Let's see, what's your persuasion?
Ooh. I think I lost all the kids.
8.
I'm assuming that one, the kids just run away, and then one actually trips up on their own laces and eats it.
And that kid stays with you.
Oh no!
All right, you got 4 out of the 5 kids. Now, are you gonna take them to? Are you just gonna train them in how to pickpocket, or are you gonna take them to go to these spots and rig the rooms to see if anyone's watching?
I don't know. Katira wants to get some sleep.
Oh, so you're just saying, okay, so they're just following you around now, hoping to learn
Is that what I just
pickpocketing.
did?
Yeah, they're following you around.
Yeah, well.
They want to learn how to pickpocket.
All right. Yep. Nope. Great. Look, we'll start tomorrow. There's a whole big event. I'll teach you about the art of distraction. And it's very important before you go into something along these lines that you're well rested and ready to go. Because if you're not, then you make sloppy mistakes. So we're going to sleep. And if you keep me awake, then you're going to find out what this does. And she pulls up a lightsaber hilt.
Have you turned that on yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys, whatever everybody else wants to do, Katira's going to crash for the night
Okay.
with her prisoners.
Okay, and so fortunately, this is the Dauntless. So Bota's set up quarters and areas for bounties and people we've captured. So it's not a problem to put these 2 individuals. So I guess Bota, what you're saying is, as you have been struggling and circling the space docks, trying to dock the ship. You know, there's a shuttle that is everyone going to go up, or is anyone going to stay down on the planet?
Come on up. The water's warm.
Coming up.
Okay.
Jimmy's coming up. He wants to go fix the. He wants to fix the robots for Sparky.
Okay, so in the shuttle that comes up and docks to the Dauntless, you have Katira, who is tired, seemingly headed off to her quarters. Four of the children are following her around glumly now because they were excited to learn some of these things. Rusty's got one kid who sort of is sniffling and rubbing his knee that he scraped on the ground.
As I clean it, I ask, "What's your name again?"
My name is Kodo.
Oh, that's the one we can remember.
Dude, I can remember that. I can remember that. Kodo.
You see Jawa Jimmy with Sparky holding up another droid's body. This droid looks, it's very fancy. It's gold ornate and has a lot of detail to it, and looks less like a protocol droid and more like a soldier.
Assassin droid.
Yeah, that's it. And Zuda Zorbo, do you want to? I mean, I assume you're. I mean, you're out of the people that come up. You're the bounty hunter, or at least have worked for the New Republic Bounty Hunter Guild and gotten a number of jobs and paid for it. I assume you'd probably be handling the two prisoners. And so this is what you see, Bota. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
I said, yeah, I was agreeing with that, but wait, what did you say I saw?
Well, I'm saying this is what Bota Z sees as everyone sort of docks and lands on the Dauntless. Okay, does anybody want to do anything other than sleep before the diplomatic summit?
Jawa Jimmy's going to keep on trying to repair the droid to get back to working order. And then hopefully by the morning, he'll have the droid ready to maybe test importing Sparky's conscious to the new droid.
Okay, go ahead and roll your droid programming repair.
Let's see. What is Jawa Jimmy's roll? Oh, I not roll 20, but roll 20. Roll 20. Let's see, Jawa Jimmy. And then it's +2 for that with droid advance of 70. Oh, geez, only 17. That is a horrible roll in 76.
Yeah, so it's going to take you some time. You can get this droid back together. And you can wipe its, its personality, and you could upload Sparky to it.
It'll just take all night.
It'll just take all night, and you could begin the process of transferring Sparky over. However, the one thing that you know this is that so droids are categorized into in 5 different types because they're sort of built for like a couple of primary purposes. So Sparky is an abnormality for his droid type in terms of what he wants to do with his personality and his body. So you'd be putting Sparky's consciousness is core of who Sparky is into this different body that's programmed for different directives. So there is a chance of slightly different personality. It's like I kind of see it as like
Is there a chance? This is a long shot. Does Jawa Jimmy have a restraining bolt from when. No, he would probably wouldn't have a restraining bolt.
Would Sparky let Jawa Jimmy have the
Right.
restraining bolt?
Yeah, exactly. Would Joe and Jimmy be like, yeah, I'm gonna put a restraining bolt just in case. Just as would Joe and Jimmy have a restraining bolt on hand just in case things went wrong? I'm like,
Joe Jimmy
I
puts
think
his hand on the restraining bolt, and then suddenly Sparky is standing a lot closer to him than he was before.
I mean, Sparky's gonna notice. I don't think he would just carry one around. But I don't
no, he
know.
wouldn't carry it around. So I'm like, no, Joe and Jimmy wouldn't. He'd be like, he's gonna roll the dice with this. Yeah, I feel like this is a roll the dice moment.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you're just going to work through the entire night and you're going to upload. So I'm going to have you roll one more time for your droid programming repair because now the droid is in sort of a good enough shape.
Oh, 29 plus
roll that
1d6.
6 again.
Yep. All right, so 30.
30. Great. Okay, this is going to take all day for him, to move everything over into this new body. So you're ready to go to the gala now. Does anybody want to do anything else to prep for the diplomatic summit? You can spend character points if you want it, or you can do anything else. Otherwise,
That's a good
I'll
idea,
skip to it. Yeah, I mean, not to derail this and have it be a long thing, but if you wanted to change anything quickly, happy to do it.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I haven't checked my character points in a while. Let's see. What is Joe and Jimmy at?
Rob, was there anything you wanted to do, or and yeah, Chris, feel free to check your character sheet and we can circle back.
I guess I shall craft a new grenade to replace the one that I used today.
Oh, cool. Okay, what are you gonna use? What are you gonna use as the body? Because I kind of like the idea that you could make these different grenades out of, different MacGyver things.
Ah, okay. Let's see.
Because now you could start making sneaky bombs.
Okay. I guess I'll make it out of a like a flashlight, because it is a flash
rod.
grenade, like a glow rod. Yeah.
Okay. And there's plenty of those on the ship. So next time the ship loses power, someone's going to reach for a glow rod and it's just not going to be there.
No, I'm keeping this glow rod on me, and I'm marking it with a red tape to remind me that this is a bomb and not a glow rod.
Okay, and you're going to make a flash grenade out of the glow rod for irony's sake. You have crafting, right? Explosives? Which as an advanced skill?
Yes.
Cool. Let's go ahead and roll that. Which is 5D. Nice. Oh, but you have grenade crafting 60.
Yep.
I feel like now you're I can get back to my one true love. Building things that blow things up. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you're able to turn that glow rod using other materials you have on you into a flash grenade. Cool. Anybody have anything else? Jawa Jimmy, you want to spend any character points? Anybody want to spend character points quickly or anything else? Otherwise, we'll start the diplomatic summit here.
Yeah. How much would it cost to upgrade my advanced droid engineering from 2D to 3D? I'm not sure what advanced skills cost. I couldn't remember what that math was.
It's double. Okay, so you want to do droid engineering.
Yeah, from 2D to 3D.
This would be like, hey, I want to design droids. Like, you're like, hey, I've got an idea. I want to build like a body for a droid. And then you engineer the droid.
Yeah, so I feel like that would also, because it also helps with, repair and programming as a bonus. It's advanced and it ties to all those things. At least in my mind it does. Like, if I'm engineering, I'm also repairing, programming, whatever. Not sure what that would cost, though. So, what would that be? Going from 2D to 3D?
I think, if I remember correctly, advanced skills cost double. Does that sound right to everybody?
That's correct.
All right. Okay, so to do that, what you'd want to do, so you could spend 4 points to raise it to 2D plus 1, another 4 points to raise it to 2D plus 2, and then another 4 to raise it to 3D. So
that would be 12?
12.
12.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do 12.
Okay. You feel like you've got a
I'll take
breakthrough on droid engineering after spending, I don't know, the last 8.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this would make sense. Like, he's spent all his time doing it, so he's building up his skill. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
Cool. I've updated your Roll20 character sheet, and I'll update your wiki one afterward. Anybody else?
Oh, perfect.
Want to do anything else?
I said that I spent a bunch of time studying with my astromech, so why isn't I'll just put some points into scholar Tapani. I don't know what else. Like, I guess maybe it'd be like a cultures actually.
Yeah.
Think?
I mean, if you want to know all about the Tapani culture, yes.
Yeah. I think they're both the knowledge skills. So if I
Would that be like world knowledge?
But you have.
Is there any kind of like knowledge?
Well, you have
for like cultures?
4 already. So if you specialize in Tapani culture, it's only 2 to raise it to 40 plus 1, or 2 to raise it to 40 plus 2.
Oh, I gotcha. That's already 4.
Neat.
And then it's 9 to go from 5 to 6, right? So 6 to go to 5D, and then 9 to go to 6D in a specialized. Let's just do it was just a little ride, so 6 points to go to cultures Tapani to 5D.
Okay.
I studied with that droid a little bit. I think that makes sense.
You got
a completely useless skill.
I got so many useless
Especially
skills
since
that
we're
I've never.
not in.
What's that?
Especially since we're not even in the Tapani sector yet.
I'm not learning anything about Fondor. It's all Tapani or bust.
Right.
Okay, so I've also updated your Roll20 sheet. Okay. All right. Unless there's anything anyone else wants to do.
Can I give this kid that I'm carrying along 2 med packs?
Oh, you want to help him with his bruised knee?
Oh no, I just want him to carry med packs for us.
Oh, okay, he's like the med pack Sherpa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 2.
What are you gonna say when you hand it to him?
I guess he needs a vest too to carry it in.
A blast vest?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a blast vest. Like, do we have something that's more like medic? That sounds neutral. Seems like the last thing he'll shoot. But I mean, a blast vest is good too.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to put on him. When I hear vest, I thought blast vest. But
Let's go blast vest.
Okay. So the kid's wearing a little oversized blast vest. And it has 2 med packs sticking out the pockets.
Does Zuda borrow some of my armor?
If you offer, this kid will absolutely try to borrow some of your armor.
Yeah.
And now look, the rest of you, you see your brother over there. I want you to make sure that if he approaches you and tries to talk to you, you pretend like one, you don't know who he is, and two, he's not actually there because he's going to draw attention to himself like crazy. And the last thing you need when we're performing this act is to have him making you look guilty. All right? The, the goody
Joe and Jimmy then
goodies
offers
always get
the
themselves in trouble.
stormtrooper armor that he had that was cut down to his size
Oh
to one of
yeah,
the kids.
he takes
God.
your Death Trooper helmet and goes, "Oh yeah."
Yes.
You
Oh my
definitely
God,
keep clear of that one.
He's got this kid's got a blast vest on, two med packs, and your Death Trooper helmet, and he's running around pretending to shoot people. Bang bang.
He's like tripping every couple of feet, just like having to like lift up and adjust the helmet, you know.
Running into walls. Can't see through the helmet.
Joe and Jimmy's like, mission accomplished.
Joe Jimmy's all about making people happy today. This kid, Sparky.
Hey kid, here you go. Thanks, Mr. Jimmy. Oh God.
All right. So everyone, you're arriving to the diplomatic summit. This is in the capital city of Fondor, where you've already spent most of your time, unless you're Bota, who's spent it exclusively on his ship. This is the, this is very fancy, hall here used for these type of things. Just to refresh everyone's memory, the idea here is that you have you have the Tapani sector, which is this huge enclosed sector with only really one way in or out that people know about, even though there's rumors that there's secret entrances and exits. That's vast in resources, lorded over by these sort of old school, old style houses. And right, outside of where they come in and out of the sector, you have this area called the League of Free Worlds. This is the Free Worlds territories, where they've sort of sprung up as merchants along the hyperspace route and alongside these planets. Sort of a loose confederation of planets who make their money as traders or merchants or reselling things. The Tapani do not hold them in high regard. Not quite sure how the Fondorian people handle them, but they're their own political entity, and they've been sort of wanting Fondor to join or ally themselves with this group, join them in the Free World's territories, because it would really give them a huge boost. Fondor is the third biggest, has the third biggest shipyards in the planet or in the galaxy, and having them would instantly boost their status and really make them a power player against, any sort of. I guess it would give them more security against anything, and it would give them more. I don't know, maybe more of a presence in negotiations with the Tapani sector. So they've been sort of courting Fondor for years. Fondor itself sits on the edge of this sector, close to the Free World's territories, like right on the edge of their territories, and still within spitting distance to the Tapani sector itself. Okay, so while we're in here, what you see is a couple of different groups. And I've labeled people whom you've met or at least know their names. So if you take a quick look around this area as you walk in, you have the Free Worlds delegates. You have Uzdak Tarbangal, who is a wow, I want to say Hujix, but that is definitely not right. It'll come to me in a minute unless someone knows their species. Let's see. Okay, wait. Herglick. There we go. Okay. So Herglicks are from Giju, which is in the area. They're like a large whale-like people. You have a Merlist over here. Stilson. You see a Wookiee with some gear on it, sort of standing with him. And that kind of makes up their main delegation. There's a couple of other, droids I haven't put on here. But that's sort of who's seated in their group. Down here, you see Senator Père Giral, who is the New Republic senator, who's come back from Coruscant to be a part of these talks. It looks like he has potential aides or ambassadors around him, alongside a number of different droids. Over here, you see a bunch of Fondorians, but they look more like the people you saw in the. Well, actually, we are missing somebody. Let me get this person on the map. We couldn't do this without our good friend Allard. So you have Allard Purdue, who is the master of the Fondor shipyards. You all met him, and these individuals look less like the fancy diplomats around the senator. These are more like, seem like they're workers, guild members, guild leaders potentially around him. Let me add his name over here. And you see two individuals here who are observers. You have two individuals from the Tapani sector. One you recognize as someone you saw briefly in the bar last night. Feel free to... so delegations haven't started or anything. It looks like people are sort of talking amongst themselves. You're all sent here by Calomas, and you're also here with Bota Z. So Bota is an ambassador for the New Republic, so you're all here representing the New Republic and invited. So, you can talk to anybody you want to. You kind of have, let's say, I didn't give any of you seats. They all sort of took this up. So let's say that these areas, these little step things that go nowhere, maybe those are like areas where you could sit down, since they don't go anywhere.
Oh,
But
shoot,
anyway.
Jordan.
Yep.
I just remembered when we went to the shipyards, they gave us like records and stuff, right?
Yep.
Can we say that last night I also went over all of those records to see try to detect inconsistencies and suspicious activity?
Yes. Give me...
Sorry, roll for that.
No, all good. Everyone think about what you want to do or who you want to talk to, because you have a little bit of time. Let me pull some of that stuff up, because I had a lot of things in there. Okay. Okay, so you pulled, let me see this. You pulled up. Okay. So you guys did a huge dump, a data dump, that had personnel files, resources, data, ship plans, individuals, entries, access logs, ship repairs, and people who have entries and exits, and some schematics for ships. So let me just put like a thing up. Did you? I guess you could potentially have gone through most of this, but was there an area that you were focusing on, or?
The main thing I was looking for was like, if every time, like, whenever there's like redirection of resources, or when designs are scrapped over and over again, like, where are those calls coming from? Like the calls that would be causing delays in the project.
Okay, so roll your investigation.
That is knowledge or perception?
Perception.
Yeah, pretty good.
And a 6. Okay. So let's see here.
All right, kids. You don't know me. You know Mr. Rusty. You don't know your brother Kodo. This is just a trial run of how well you do. It's important that you remember that you don't know onto Katira. Excuse me.
Okay, so Rob, I'm going to. I mean, you can. I'll message you what you find, and you can. I mean, there's no problem you sharing it, but I want you to interpret it. So I'm just
Okay,
messaging this real quick.
That's fine. Zuda will be a little sleepy from staying up all night building grenades and reading documents, while everyone else decides what they want to do.
I just think about how I really should have looked over those special project files when I walk in the door. Go. All right. Well, here we are.
Okay. Rob, you're getting this in just 1 second. I'm like double checking my notes to make sure that this is. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Rusty's just making rounds of the room with this kid with a helmet walking behind him. He's just trying to be chatty with everybody. Hi, I'm Ruston Steele. I work with Bota Z. Hi, I'm Ruston Steele. I also work with Bota Z.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so Rusty, you're making your rounds. Who do you talk to first?
We enter, what's the entrance?
Down here. Can you move your character? Should be. Down here at the bottom.
Got it. I'll start on the right side, left side.
Strong side. All right, you see Père Giral and a couple of the ambassadorial aides. all Fondorian, all wearing robes. Pierre says, "Ah, are you? I must have missed you on your way in." Or I don't know. Did he? I don't remember if he actually. Did you come in with everyone else? Actually, don't remember now. Did I get that wrong? No. Were you there, Rusty? I don't think you were. Anyways, Pierre says, I must have missed you on your arrival. I trust you've been enjoying what Fondor has to offer."
Love the place. It's great. Love the decor.
Yes. Certainly are fond of our silvers and purples here.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. I represent Bota. Thank you very much.
All right.
It just keeps walking around.
All right. You can see his tone immediately shift as he starts talking to his delegates. And it's more of a, all right, we got to do this, that, this. And he seems to go right back into his zone of sort of bossy but directness to his aides, like they're preparing for something. Cool. All right. Anybody, as Rusty circles, Zuda, you should have got a message of the information you uncovered.
Yeah.
Are the Fondorian people off to themselves, like just chatting, or are they trying to organize something?
So I don't know if you can see the screen because you're driving, so I hope you can actually. But there's
No, I made it.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, there's 4 groups of people. These are like
Yeah, I'm staying.
Oh yeah, these are the like Fondorian like guild people. So you have
Okay.
they're more of like most of Fondor is ruled by various guilds and people belonging to different guilds. So
Right.
they're more representing the, I guess, business and people, whereas Pear is more of like the political representative, as he is the senator of Fondor.
All right.
But Allard here is the shipmaster of the Fondor docks, and the group did meet him and tour the docks as part of their welcome to Fondor.
All right. I'm gonna approach this person right here.
Actually, before you start walking over that way,
Oh, okay.
I wanna grab you by the arm and sort of pull you to the side and be like, Bota, boss, I was going over the files they gave us last night. And apparently, they have some sort of secret project going on called L'Obscure, and they are
You got it 100% right.
I thought it's French, isn't it?
Sorry.
L obscure, or is it l'obscure?
No, it's Fondorian.
Oh, and they're redirecting a huge amount of resources to this place called Novik Stations, which is a new shipyard they built. I think that might be our new Death Star suspect project going on there.
Do we know the location of this new shipyard?
Oh, yeah, Jordan, does that
It's above
documented-
Fondor.
It's above Fondor.
Yes, I mean Fondor has like a number of shipyards that are all connected somehow. Basically, it's like they just built out another giant one over the planet. And it's huge.
I must have circled it one time yesterday at least. All right. Thanks for the information.
Yeah, it's probably why they've been so far behind on the new Republic ships were commissioned to build.
L'Obscure.
Notorious Starhawk.
All right. I better not say anything then about that. All right, I want to go over here to these Fondorians and introduce myself as a fellow guildmaster, former, and also obviously now diplomat or ambassador.
Oh yeah, they would probably. That would actually go pretty far here. The guild, being a former guild master would go pretty far with these people. Probably more than a ambassador. So that's yeah, okay. That's a good tactic.
So I want to just be non-confrontational, but just ask them kind of like what they're really like looking to gain out of potentially becoming part of the New Republic. Like, what are they hoping for
Well, okay.
as individual guilds?
So they are part of the New Republic. This whole thing is about these people in the upper left are saying, "Hey, we want you to also be a part of our alliance." So they're
that free trade
yeah.
alliance.
So they're all
Okay.
Everyone here is ostensibly New Republic, but
Got it.
But the thing is like, if they Fondor joins them, or it will make their entire grouping more powerful.
I see.
But you can ask
All
them
right.
what they think about them.
Yeah, I guess that would be more of the question then, is what do they think the benefits are of joining this free trade coalition, I guess.
Okay, so you walk over here. Allard seems to be engrossed in sort of talking to this individual, and as you give your question, the guy in the middle says, "Oh, it's never going to happen. They do this every couple of years. We always say no. Why would we take on so junior of a partner and become a junior partner to them? We do this just to ensure there's diplomacy between our two groups, but this will never take off."
So it sounds like they have everything to gain and you have nothing in this deal. Why do you not work on renegotiating terms?
I don't know. I'm more of a numbers guy. So I vote for good policy. I don't set the policy myself. That would be the senators and the diplomats' job over there. It's like
and that's the feeling of your guild as well, or your personal opinion?
that. He says my feelings. My feelings are never personal. They always represent the guild. And he introduces himself as the guild master of, let's see, turbo lift services. He controls all the he's the guild leader for all the turbo lifts.
Wow.
Oh,
It's quite a
he's
lofty
union
position.
guy.
I like the pun.
Well, it's my first time to be a part of this delegation, so interesting to hear your perspective, and I'll definitely be watching to hear what their rebuttals are, rebuffs to your concerns today.
He thanks you for your time.
Is it, Katira, you're up at the top, or you're up there talking to them, and Rusty's still soliciting his parenting books?
Rusty just crossed off the name and put his own.
Get some royalties out of this.
Why is the author's name handwritten on this book?
I do professional developments, just let me know.
Hey, Rusty, are you gonna see if that Wookiee knows our Wookiee?
Oh man, it's a bad idea. I'll rip my arm off.
Oh no, not all Wookiees know each other.
that was what this guy said to Zuda. He's like, "Oh yeah, we've got a Rhodian that works for us. Maybe you know her."
Sure, I do. What's her name?
The Rhodian?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait a second. Okay, Russ, you want to talk to this individual? You don't have to.
I'm trying not to stare at them. I'm like, whoa, what part of the guild are you in? I'm just looking for any reaction.
Okay, she makes a little Wookiee noise.
Wookiee noise.
Yeah. I mean, you've been around Jokaza, but Jokaza translates everything.
Yeah.
She's wearing sunglasses. Inside.
Yep.
Go and get yourself cheap sunglasses.
I just want to be like, I want to compliment without being creepy.
Okay,
That's it.
well,
You're
roll.
so bright, she's gotta wear shades.
Yeah,
No,
roll.
you should put
Persuasion.
Callan tonight if you want to do that.
Yeah, persuasion flirt.
I just want to say, your gear looks great. You're really putting it together.
Okay, she makes a little Wookiee noise. You have to roll your languages to see if you understand if that was a good noise or a bad noise.
I mean, that I should know languages.
Is that a good noise or a bad
knowledge.
noise? Oh wait, you don't speak Shriuk? I thought you did.
9.
9.
No, you have a really bad ambassadorial team, Bota.
Oh my
Nobody
gosh.
speaks any languages.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get up there then, because I speak that language.
Hey, Bota. Thanks, wingman.
Yeah.
No, she. So it's she. With a 9, you at least understood that she said something positive back.
All right, well, my name's Ruston Steele, but you can call me Rusty. And once again, I work for this fine gentleman right here. I mean, I work with. Yeah, thank you. And,
Rusty, what did she say to you?
she didn't pull my arms off, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Okay, she makes a comment. I mean, Bota, you're fluent, so.
What'd you say?
She says she likes your Thigh Master gloves.
Oh, nice. Rusty does like a quick little like display of his quick fist. Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice.
She does wonder. She's pointing out because it's unusual for an ambassador to have these gloves.
Oh wait, they actually let you in the room with those weapons?
I mean,
I just like
Rusty is a weapon. His whole body is a weapon.
yeah, I mean, he's got these big gloves on. Maybe people think he's covering up hoofs.
Hey, Bota, you tell her I got hooves. I'm gonna be really disappointed, man.
You want me to tell her you have hooves?
Well, ask her, was she on security detail? What's her line of work?
Okay, I'll translate that into basically like Who are you representing here today?
She said she's the sort of special technology officer assigned to the two delegates from the Free World's territory.
Okay. So I'll tell Rusty basically she's like an attache to the Free World Territories group, specializing in technology.
Find me a droid.
You know, I really would love to just have a session where it's Rusty's on a date with her and Bota has to translate her.
Okay. Are you guys done with this date yet? I'm getting tired of this.
Yeah. All right.
Although I do like how Bota keeps running over to be like trying to put out potential fires.
All right.
I
Nice
got other
meeting you,
people.
and hope to talk to you soon. All right. Thank you.
Oh man.
He just blocked the square I was gonna go to.
You're not allowed to stand next to this person.
Okay. You're the boss, Bob.
I keep turning you towards like the punch bowl. Isn't there a punch bowl somewhere around here?
There should be snacks.
I'm really curious if Bota would charge by the hour or not for translations.
All that Rosetta Stone is paying off. All right. Jimmy, did you come in here? Where are you?
Oh, I forgot to drop my character. Sorry. Right now. Character. Yeah, when Jimmy's in the house.
Are you dressed up like a Jawa with a glowing eye? Like, so you have a hood in your glowing eye? Or are you wearing your debonair Daft Punk getup?
Daft
I
Punk
feel
Jawa
like
Jimmy.
he would be Daft Punk Jawa Jimmy right now. I feel like that would be his. He's got the tuxedo. He's got the helmet. He's like, gotta do it.
So that's like his
I really hope-
formal wear, right?
Yeah, I would love to think that someone's like, wait, frosted tips? Someone just
The band that never played? You got to be like a real big music nerd to really understand this band who, well, I only saw a picture of them. They were supposed to play. I heard.
Oh my gosh.
I heard the names
And
of some of
Jimmy
their
pulls up
songs.
his Omnibox. Oh, you came to see us play?
This is what happens when Jawa Jimmy doesn't get any sleep. He just thinks he's at a concert.
Yo, what is Jawa Jimmy doing? It's the dragon. He's gonna go play a flute. Does he play it well? No, not at all. Did he stop the dragon? No. Is he gonna stop? Also no.
Is
my
Jawa
gosh.
Jimmy gonna stop? Yeah. Also no.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Are the is there any translators for this meeting, or is everybody speaking basic?
Most people are speaking basic, but there are. Let me get a couple of these Fondor droids. That makes sense to sort of be around. Everyone's speaking basic. Even the Merlisti and the. You actually are familiar with the species because there is a colony not too far from Cloud City, so you've seen the species on Cloud City before. Not that you are know their language, but they're also their weakness. They love gambling. They're degenerate gamblers. To profile an entire species. I'm joking, but they do like to gamble.
No wonder they're going to Cloud City. Now, if they're native to an area near Cloud City, how is he leading this free world or free trade federation or delegation?
Wait, what? Say that one more time. How is he leading it?
Yeah, is this not the person that's leading the discussions about having the Fondorians join them?
He is. Do you want to? I mean,
I'm gonna just approach him and just say, hey, we all seem to have interesting backstories about how we made it to our current career.
and he goes,
How did you come about it?
yeah. He says, yeah. Bota Z. I feel like you and I share similar backgrounds. I came from. I was a former arms smuggler and leader of a privateer group against the Empire. Both of us kind of came from these, these sort of, mm, how to put it nicely, sort of morally gray occupations during the Galactic Empire, and now seem to find ourselves in an area of, unexpected political power. You know, I'm, I'm really sitting here, see if we can finally hammer this thing out. I'm happy to sit down, hear what they think, and I think as someone who is a believer in the New Republic, by allying ourselves closer to Fondor, we'll sort of bring a balance of power to this region that will allow us both to have a stronger presence in case there's any sort of overtures by the Tapani sector themselves.
Good to be rubbing shoulders with you again in a new business venture. Hopefully the negotiations see you ending the day well.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I think there's always something to be gained by being closer together rather than being isolationist. And so he knows you. Like, I don't know if you roll a d6 see if you've ever met, but he knows he was probably a smuggler and a privateer. Same time you were more just of a bounty hunter. Let's see, 3. You don't not think you've ever met, but it's possible. You can definitely say that you did not ever have a bounty. He did not. You never tried to hunt him down for a bounty. That's the one thing you can say for sure.
Say your secret's safe with me if you're trying to keep your privateer life to yourself.
I don't even need to do that anymore. I'm way the responsibilities of my office keep me way too busy these days.
Seems like quite a lofty position for one that used to enjoy just being out in the wilds of space. I guess we all get to a point where we want to settle down.
Yeah, but one could say the same thing about yourself. I think you know.
Is he winking when he says that?
Yeah. With he's
But he has orc eyes.
He's winking his blowhole.
His orc eyes just stare at you into the deep depths of your soul.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have eyelids. No, he's got to have something.
I'm going to ask him, has he ever dealt with the individual houses of the Tapani sector?
I don't even like to read the dossier on them. It's all backroom politics and shaking hands and secret deals and secret alliances. I'm not really a big fan of that stuff. I've worked with them before, and it's they're nice for the first 10 minutes you hang out with them, and then they're talking about you behind your back the whole rest of your trip.
So, if that's how you feel, how are we going to make inroads to make this alliance work?
Oh, well, but this alliance is amongst the Fondorians. Did you mean the Fondorians, not the Tapani?
Well, the Fondorians, you're looking to have them join, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And if you're not even liking with the people you're currently working with, why are you seeking to add them as well?
So the Tapani and the Free Worlds, they're all of these three groups are in the same sector, but they're all separate political entities. The Tapani sector has its own senator and lords and ladies and rulers. The the Free Worlds people are their own separate group that have sort of sprung up, in the sector itself, and the Fondorians are sort of off on the edge of all of it. So they're, the Free Worlds, their fear is more of, hey, are the Tapani just going to take us over at some point? And if they get Fondor to ally with them, maybe that wouldn't happen because Fondor is, such a powerhouse in themselves.
All right. Well, I felt like I've gotten a history lesson here really quickly.
Can I, kind of preceding all that as Boda's talking to everybody else and Rusty's talking to people, just tell, what's his name right now? Uzdak, like, as a hero of the New Republic, really a hero of the rebellion, I would love to speak with you a bit later, but duty does call, and if I don't first make my proper introductions to the Tapani, I'm sure that you understand that they will be irrationally offended.
They're rationally offended about everything.
This guy really loves them.
He's on his head now.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'll kind of make my way over to speak with the Tapani, to Val. Who how do you say this?
Vi
Hulu.
Haro.
By Haro.
Vi Haro.
By Haro there.
Vi Haro and
Yes, I'm sure that will do well for me. By Haro there.
Vi Haro yourself.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man, it's been a while since I had a really horrible name. Okay, all right. Well, how are you gonna? Are you really gonna greet her that way?
No.
Well, hello.
Vi Haro.
No, just well, I hope you enjoyed your drink last night, and as a aspiring representative to House Calypso, I would love to know how the house may serve House Massetti today.
Okay, so Vi looks over at LaFlau, and she says, "Oh, I like this one." And then LaFlau says, "Well, I did see her hang out with Rim Shansa last night at the bar, so I don't know how far we can admire someone like that."
To alleviate any concerns, I would say that Rem owes me a fair amount of credits, and while I do not know his full status with his house, he does have some designs to and prove my own status if he can. Although it seems that maybe associating with him may not be the best idea.
It's better than associating with someone, say, from House Pelagio. Uh, but you said Calypsa when you're hanging out with Rim Chance from our own house, Massetti. What, who do you know at House Calypsa?
Did you not see my ship in the glorious assault of the mining guild as on my arrival?
No. What?
Oh, I arrived in a ship that's emblazoned with the House Calypso crest, and it was just unceremoniously fired upon by several mining guild ships that have since been, well, turned into about the same value as they were before, which is nothing. But Rem is more of a casual acquaintance.
Said, well, I know Calypsa and Cadrian always complain about their shipping lanes, but this is taking it to a new level with the mining guild. But they kind of seem to take it in stride in almost sort of a humorous sort of way. She then, this person seems like her data pad seems to sort of light up. And her sort of demeanor changes a little bit. And she says, excuse me, I don't think I quite caught your name.
I don't think you did. Is there a problem?
I'm just curious to whom we're sharing this conversation with.
Katira. Katira Eve, if it please you. Though I, again, would not want to cause too much connection between yourself and I. If it's something you'd like to avoid, I'm simply looking to determine what the Tapani might desire and influence in the meeting that is to begin soon.
She says, ah, Katira Eve, we meet at last. We would love it if you would sit with us, but we don't want to impose if you'd like to sit with us during this meeting. And indeed, we're here as neutral observers. And to be honest, if they created an alliance, we'd be, very supportive of that. We think that instead of negotiating with two different parties to receive, our minerals and resources, dealing with sort of unified group here would be in everyone's interest. But again, we're a neutral party, so we can't and what wouldn't take part of any sort of vote or anything like that. That would come from the delegates here from Fondor and the Free Worlds group. But please, consider sitting with us, and would definitely want to connect after this whole affair is over.
Well,
if possible, she says with the sort of wink that you don't quite understand why she would say that. It didn't
As
seem
neutrality
menacing.
does, as neutrality does have its limits, if you decide that you'd like somebody spoken to but not directly, I'm more than willing to carry a message. But for the time being, is there a bar here?
It's not on the map, but let's say that this back here is a bar with some food and drink.
For the time being, I do seem to recall that Vi favors the wine. I'll bring you a glass. That's all.
All right. Okay. So what's going to happen next is there's going to be a series of delegations between these two parties. Now, we can do this a couple of ways. We can there we go. We can role play it a little bit. We can go through it quickly. It really depends on how you guys want to do this. I'll start talking and then we can just sort of see how it feels. But is there anything else anybody wanted to do before this thing got started or get started?
No, we'll. If I was going to reveal dramatically the information I found out from the shipyards, I'll do that in the middle of the meeting, dramatically.
Okay.
There
I
you
mean, you could do whatever you want. Okay.
Should do it before anybody starts talking. Hey,
And,
everybody, look at
and
me.
now, you know the
Present
rest
evidence.
of the story.
Press X to present evidence.
Yeah, I want to do the Chrono Trigger thing where then when they all decide, they go to the left or the right. This boy stole my lunch. Okay, so on this, feel free to sit wherever you guys want to sit during this. I mean, you can sit here would sort of be the natural choice for people behind the New Republic. I will say that if you do choose to sit with other groups, it could be seen as favoritism, but that's a could. But you can sort of go wherever you want. I know if Rim were here, he'd probably just stay at the bar.
Sorry, what was
I will
the
take a seat with the Tapani.
Here's
over
the New
right?
Republic. Here's the bar. Here's sort of a hallway. And then if you wanted to sit behind any faction, you could sort of sit on these seats, like auditorium seats. All right, as you move here, as everyone sort of move towards a seat, Delegate Stilson says, "All right, it is time to commence the proceedings," with his Merlisty voice. Uzdak stands up like a, big chubby Santa Claus with his hands in his belt. Says, we dance around this issue every couple of cycles. Will the free world's territory ally with Fondor? We always make overtures of friendship. And, we are received friendly in turn. But if we bring our two parties together, we could form something greater than the individual pieces. The sum would be greater than what we have now. I think I fumbled that, but okay. So he goes, "Okay, I've never been one for long-winded speeches, but again, what we have in the free world's territory is a group of planets along the hyperspace route that have eked out a living where there wasn't a living before. We've established and built things from the ground up and have each come together with equal representation and equal vote into the matters of our union. And we'd love for Fondor to be a part of that once again. So once again, I'll reach my hand out and invite Fondor to join." Senator Pear he'll stand up and say, "We," says, while we appreciate these offers, it just is not in Fondor's interest to join as a member of 15, 16 plus worlds when we ourselves are as big as the free world's territory themselves. So as he starts saying that, one of the Tapani sector people says, loud enough for people to hear, but not quite interjecting, saying, maybe they should be equal allies. Now I'm gonna roll a d6. I want to see if anyone sort of picks that up. Katira, that seemed very planned to you as well, just off the cuff. Like that didn't seem like they improvised that. It seemed like they were trying to interject something like that in. And then someone roll a d6. So I kind of want to see how that's picked up by the NPCs. And here's the other thing. You guys are all representing the New Republic as ambassadors or leaders. You can also try to influence this when people are done giving their speeches. So, okay, Pierre kind of hears that and says, well, those were the terms, but I can sufficiently say that Fondor joining as simply a part of the Free World's territory doesn't make sense for Fondor and Fondorians.
Well, I mean, if you're going off of that philosophy, then why enter any alliance at all? You hear that, guys? We should probably dissolve the Republic.
Let's see. Pear would say that is an interesting viewpoint. I don't think I quite caught your name. Oh no, he met you. He met you on the thing. Yeah. So he says that is an interesting viewpoint. But we are two groups of sort of equal status, being equally represented in the New Republic. Now I'm open to renegotiating some of our shipping and trading contracts, but to actively join and create join as a member of their group, it doesn't make sense for a planet of let's see here, a planet of 3 million, which is a planet in the trade leagues, to have the same vote that we have with our population of still relatively small, 5 billion, but our vast shipyards and economy.
One may wonder, and I'll just kind of like to the Tapani. One may wonder if their vast shipyards are being utilized for something aside from the New Republic, with how far behind they are.
She points to
Oh,
her
yeah.
nose. Her nose. Points to her nose. She points to her nose, like right on the nose.
Yeah, one may be forgiven for mistaking the output of the fabled shipyards, considering that they've yet to fulfill the New Republic's order for what was it? The Jinx Starhawk?
Nadiri Starhawk.
Nadiri Starhawk.
I would love it if they're building a fleet of plane ships, though. I will say I had the Starhawk name before they made the Nadiri Starhawks.
He was just Blaine just intercepted the order from the New Republic and just like put his own ship schematics instead.
I feel like Blaine's gonna be like, yeah, I've been in a long, protracted lawsuit against the New Republic for stealing my ship's name. So at that, the guildmaster Allard says, "The shipyards are not being negotiated right now." But you can see he said that with a little too much anger at first and tried to back away a little bit.
I'm gonna put out there. Are there no agreeable terms to having this alliance come together?
Uzdex steps up and says, "Yes, perhaps it should be more of an alliance rather than Fondor being accepted as a member. Perhaps it could be more of a alliance between the between Fondor and the free worlds, where it's more of a union between the two, rather than Fondor becoming just one member of the free worlds." So I am going to roll his persuasion for that.
Would not a union of the free world and Fondor create higher prices for Tapani shipping out of the sector? Perhaps it'd be better if the free worlds became a somewhat more recognized colony of the Tapani sector.
Oh, he won by one.
Oh,
I'll say that Pear is sort of swayed by this. So he's thinking. Allard says to Pear, he's like, "You can't seriously be considering it." Fondor is for Fondorians. We don't need to become a twin of another group. But it seems Pear seems to be ignoring and sort of thinking about this. He says, "Let's hatch this out a little bit. Do a 30-minute recess, and let's talk about different concessions." And then motions over to Allard, saying, "This might get us the materials quicker that you need to complete the orders at the shipyards." And sort of a snarky remark back to Allard. Okay, so I got to go to the bathroom. They're going to take 30 minutes to do this. And then I'm just going to roll a couple more, and we'll just sort of see where this lands. And then we're coming up on the end game of this mission. But give me a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, guys, the assassins are about to show up. So
that's okay. I'm standing I've surrounded myself with bodies. So once the shots start flying, I'll have cover.
standard tech tactic right there. Human
Yeah,
shields.
right? Human shields everywhere. If nothing's going to come of the negotiations, what's the point of them?
I have noticed that this is the exact same 6-sided room configuration that they had at the bar. So We may be looking at 4 more ambush rooms coming up.
They really like the hexagon approach.
So Jimmy, is that now Sparky in a like assassin droid body? I do wonder what it's like when a Jawa shows up with a Tapani sector like murder droid following him around subserviently.
Sure, they're looking at ways to get that back.
Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about the New Republic in this asset. They have almost no bargaining here. Completely siding with its body.
Yeah, I guess
I'm back.
the New Republic's not going to get much out of these negotiations, one way or the other, in my mind.
I mean, a stronger shipyard, right? Like, they unify with them, then they have a better supply network to provide for the New Republic. But at the same time, you also now know that they have a stronger supply network to develop their side project while also providing for the New Republic.
Well, that's the thing, though. They're not actually providing for the New Republic.
Right.
But they are part of the New Republic already, so if they join this free world group, then yeah, they're going to not be obvious. Then they're going to be.
Oh, I wasn't. I think I may have missed that at the beginning briefing. Is the New Republic in favor or not in favor of them joining the Free World League? What's the New Republic stance here?
Yeah, I don't know if the New Republic has ever given a stance. Like, I don't, I don't think the New Republic cares as long as, like, I mean, they do. I'm sure they have opinions, but as long as they everyone stays in the New Republic, and everything's voted democratically and is represented fairly,
And they're getting their ships.
And they're getting their ship orders. I mean, they would probably, there would probably be more people in favor of it than not. At a high level. But I think this could go a couple of ways. So,
yeah, it's hitting 11 o'clock here. Ugh. Sorry, I may need to duck out soon.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a couple of quick rolls here, and we'll get to the end. So. Okay. Okay. All right. So after the recess, Pear comes back with Uzdak and say, we've been able to negotiate some very fair and how do I say this? And mutually beneficial items here between our two groups. And I think, at this point, we'll put together a proposal to be voted on by our guild masters about potentially creating the Union of Fondor and the Free Worlds. As they Allard stands up, and you can see he's shaking, just shaking, angry with rage. And as he's about to say something, the leader of the planet walks in, sort of stunning people because this is not as this was seen as more of a formality rather than like, hey, something's actually going to come out of this. So she is actually the planetary guild leader of Fondor. She is the highest person in charge of the planet. So she walks over slowly, takes her time, looks over everyone, and looks over at Uzdak, looks over at Pear, says, it is my hope that we build something greater than all of us, and that we can look back on this day and look at it fondly as the growth of two different peoples sort of helped by each other. And so she signs it. It doesn't mean that they are in the union yet. It just means they've signed some agreement now saying, hey, in theory we like this, let's do this, it'll get voted on. But as she says that, Lady Vi Haru hits a button on her wrist pad.
Oh boy, here it comes.
And the other shoe is about to drop.
Haru.
So coming in the other door, you see your old friend Octavian Grant. Not just Grant. He's also followed by these people. That did not work. They look like the widest, very wide, very overweight. They're not.
They look like Romanovs.
How dare you? That is our senator. All right. Okay. Let me flip to the... Okay, so Grant walks in and says, Lords, ladies of Fondor, gentle beings of the free worlds, and the workers that make up the heart of this sector, lend me your ears. I came not to provoke violence, but prevent it at its source. Who am I? I'm Octavian Grant. I know I was not invited to this, but that's not going to stop me. I see we're here in a momentous occasion, and as the newly elected sector overlord, I thought it was my business to see what our neighbors are doing. But I came not to provoke violence, but prevent it at its source. You have a traitor amongst you that has set events in motion that cannot be stopped. It seems it is the Fondorian desire to radically change the balance of power in this sector through illegal means, violating their accords with the New Republic itself. So again, as the new Oversector Lord, I'm accompanied by our senator and two other representatives of our peoples. And I declare that Fondor, and I guess now the League of Free Worlds, shall be placed under the Tapani's authority. Rule 2178 of the new accord. Can anybody recite that accords out loud? Does anybody have that handy? One of the droids says, if any member of a New Republic territory that is not legally elected to elect its constituents is engaged in activity of sedition, succession, or terrorism against the New Republic, the members of said group shall be permanently barred from holding any public office in their territory. And then once the member territory is freed, shall be placed under a senior partner's jurisdiction until the New Republic can assure the safety of its citizens and their ability to cast their vote in a free and fair election.
Nani?
The world leader says, but we are the elected group. We are not a rogue breakaway group. Grant says, there is one among you who has been doing his own share of sedition and planning to betray the New Republic. And he sort of looks around. You know, he's kind of smug, and he thinks he's smarter than anybody else. But seems like he's actually looking around to see if anybody else knows.
It's the shipyard director.
I got a like tension rising.
Says,
Does he look at Bota very much?
so he says, my green friend over there, what makes you say the shipyard director? And he sort of like, does this sort of, fake pacing around, more for show.
I throw out my data pad. I'm like, I found this evidence that they've been redirecting resources meant for New Republic ship construction towards a secret project called L'Obscure. And I like butcher the pronunciation and all the what's that language again that it was supposed to be from?
Fondorian.
Fondor. All the Fondorians are like, no, it's pronounced L'Obscure.
It sounds stupid when he says it. Okay, so Allard gets to his feet and he looks around and you can see his eyes are wide open. He says, no, it's all lies. And so Grant continues. He says, that is 100% true. But what is the Does anybody here know what the project is?
Sure. No.
Okay. Well, you did really good up until that point.
This.
So I can't hold anything against you.
But I was gonna say, well, I mean, I could try to pull I could accuse them of them contributing to the, what was it? We spotted a Death Star in the area, right?
But that was Dala. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that was tied to Dala. And
okay,
it could be.
Never mind then. I don't want to get too crazy. I don't have any evidence of that connected.
Space whales.
Why else would these?
The space whales.
Why else would Fondor's shipping production drop off so rapidly in the delivering of the ships that they've been promising the New Republic for years? There has to be something else going on here.
Exactly. They've been funneling resources to this secret project, which seems like people here already know. Now, I was recently gifted a present by my allies here in the New Republic. And so what he does is he throws a holopad up, and you guys see this is not really a very good Anyway, this is it's a holographic projection of the Novux shipyards, and it says, "Here's the Novux shipyards, and here's the gift I got from my allies in the New Republic." Uh-oh, I can't reach it. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this was a ship sent into the Tapani sector. It was run by a poorly trained crew. We were easily able to take it over. It was from a fleet that it wasn't known to me, which is odd considering my background. But this ship itself is an Onager class Star Destroyer. Is anyone familiar with Onager class Star Destroyers? Sort of looks around the room. Allard does, but he is deathly pale. This was originally named Polyphemus, which I have a particular distaste for. It's something Thrawn used in his cadre of ships and fleets. I'm more of a traditionalist. I named this ship the Illuminator because there was an interesting modification made to this ship where it originally has a large, pseudo super laser that it could shoot out. This one was made, modified uniquely to shoot out a huge ion burst. So once we took the ship, I renamed it, and I think it's time that we reveal what L'Obscure project is. How's that sound, Allard? Okay, so he then shoots off a giant ion burst, shutting down parts of the shipyard itself. And then some of the turbo lasers start going off. And you can see that, there's just, it looks like it's, fake sheets of metal or Durasteel or something that were sort of just...
Obscuring something.
Yes.
So you're saying that he tells the Star Destroyer basically to fire off the turbo lasers or the ion cannon and at the shipyard?
Yep. And the shipyard seems to be falling apart as if it is not really a shipyard at all.
Not a shipyard expansion at all. They're building something underneath the shipyard expansion.
It's just a big sheet.
It's not. They've been wasting all your supplies. It's literally just metal floating in space.
All right.
He doesn't even know how to build ships.
One giant recycling project. Oh boy.
Here we go. See if I can get this to fit.
This
That's what
guy's
she
losing his shipyards left and right.
All right, and as the pieces and debris fall away from the shipyards, you see a partially completed Super Star Destroyer. Grant says the experimental Eclipse.
Oh yeah.
L'Obscure is the Eclipse. Now, an independent agent, and I'll be fair to the Fondorians by saying he must have acted independently, has been building a super weapon. Against whom? You'd have to assume the New Republic. So, therefore, under Rule 21.780, the senior member will take jurisdiction over Fondor and I guess the Free World's territory now.
Which is him.
Wait, why also the free world's territory?
Well, they just allied.
Because they just agreed to join each other.
Oh, jeez. Wait a minute.
They
Wait a minute,
agreed
this
to
is starting
talk
to smell
about
like a
joining.
setup.
Thought they had to vote on it still.
Yep, they signed. They haven't ratified anything, but
They
that doesn't
signed
matter
the
to Grant.
intention.
It seems like a technicality that they're willing to sweep under the rug here in order to grab power.
So I thought Grant was trying to get himself cozied up to the New Republic and make his release from prison not seem so bad, and now it seems like it's completely flipped in less than 3 seconds.
Well,
Yeah, this is bad.
and if we want to
It's
be
bad when the Imperial supporters are thrown down and the people that threw them down are able to benefit in some way.
Yeah, and who gave him that ship?
oh,
Yep.
and this is where it gets interesting. Where did you get the ship, Allard? Do you want me to tell, or do you want do you want to reveal it yourself? And Allard is just shaking with rage, and he's sweating, and he's pale, and he says, I did it to make Fondor be stronger for Fondor. We wouldn't need anybody if we had been able to complete that ship. We wouldn't need the New Republic. We wouldn't need the Free Worlds. We wouldn't need the Tapani. We could maintain Fondor's independence with that ship complete. And Grant says, well, I think it's done exactly the opposite. And I have the data pads to prove that he got it in a very non-functional manner from Tiberzon, tying him to criminals and wanted terrorists against the New Republic.
No. Getting all the gang back together.
Oh. Oh. Wait. We just saw a Tiberzon pirate at a bar with the head of the mining guild. They're all corrupt.
All right, and I think that's where we posit where with Grant claiming as a sort of a senior partner here that he should be the Tapani sector here should be the one that administers control over these areas until the New Republic can assure the safety of its citizens and their ability to cast a vote in a free and fair election.
And when they cast a vote, it'll be for the guy who brought them freedom from the one who was conspiring with terrorists and criminals.
Yeah, that's
So even if the New Republic does reestablish themselves, they have to acknowledge Grant, and the people will acknowledge Grant as well, and he'll still have all the same holdings.
Mm-mm.
dun, dun,
And
dun.
what's going to happen to the Eclipse? As Grant looks at it, he goes, I do not like those purple highlights they put on there. look at how they massacred my ship.
Oh
Oh
no.
my gosh. So is Tiberzon invited to this party?
Are you is Bota saying that, or is
It's like, do I actually need to go get my gun again?
yeah, I will say that Tiberzon is never too far away.
That's true.
He's never far enough away. Oh, man. I don't know
Oh,
what
boy.
the New Republic move is there, but
I feel like we're gonna get talking to like, come on guys, I just asked you to sit down and just act like, good ambassadors for the New Republic, and now look what you did.
I mean, literally, you were supposed to just go to this Tapani Oversector Lord's ball. You're supposed to just go to a dance.
Cal Omos and we're like, what the hell?
I did
I mean,
what you
what-
wanted me to do. I walked around the room, socialized, okay? I got out of my comfort zone.
one,
Timothy, your
we
ass
didn't
already
do
did.
anything. We just bore witness.
Yeah.
Two, I want to point out that I had one child. I told them, you make sure that her glass of wine never runs empty. To I can't. All I can think is, "Why, hello there."
Right, hello.
I can just see Joe and Jimmy at the bar eating popcorn the entire time. It's like, didn't expect this to happen. He keeps on eating popcorn.
Or Jimmy walk out of the refresher. What'd I miss?
Don't go in there, guys.
And I
Don't go
may
in
very well
there.
send the other children to pickpocket those random Tapanis other than Octavian Grant that just walked in. Here's your first test.
I thought the last room stunk. This place is horrible in here.
Someone has once again clogged the toilet in the diplomatic chambers. This is the third time, and it's only been an hour and a half.
That's why I installed this auger on Sparky.
And with that, I think I will catch you guys next time.
All right, sounds good. See you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
How are you, Monroe?
Oh, I'm doing great. But this was an exciting conclusion.
I've been
Yeah,
building it up.
big-
I'm
big
glad we
twist.
got there.
Oh man.